venue, and we think the way to be fair and make sure that those folks who are out in the hall get a chance to participate is that we are going to try to stick with a schedule of an hour program, and then let the second group who are out in the hall come on in and participate for a second hour. So that's how we're going to try to handle it.
Looks like there's going to be 2 separate programs.
Everybody, once again I want to commend you for turning out tonight. My name is Eric Schneiderman and I'm the state president of the AARP. We are here tonight to discuss reform as the moderator. Now AARP is here tonight because we think our members who are on Medicare are paying 30% of their income just for the co-pays and drugs that they need. We know that those members who are not on Medicare are paying, nationally, we're paying 16% of our whole wealth in this country, and really other countries are paying about 10%. We can't do this and still be competitive as a country. And finally, and not least, each and every family who is buying health insurance today is paying about $1,000 to cover the cost of uninsured people who aren't paying in some cases because they can't, but in some cases because they choose not to. We need a health care system that changes and has people pay what they can afford to pay, but also get the care that they need. So that is why we are here tonight, as I am sure all of you are here, to listen to solutions and ask questions. And you're going to be allowed to ask questions. That's why we're here. And you're going to be allowed to tell stories if you have stories to tell. Because John Dingell is going to be a decision maker and he needs to hear those stories, and we need to ask him questions to understand what kind of solutions that he has to offer. So folks, I know, and frankly, I like the fact that fascism is good. It's good in a democracy. But the thing that we can do tonight, all of us, is we can have a process where you get as many questions as possible asked. You've got a top guy here, you can put him on the spot, you can ask the tough questions. If we cooperate, we're going to collect those cards, and the more workmanlike we can be, the more questions are going to get answered. And then the second group is going to come in, and they're going to get their shot. So that's, I think, a fair process. This is a good chance. So we want to have a process where I will take the questions, and then I will ask them to Congressman Dingell. And I guess the final thing to say is if you can keep those questions just as short as possible, we'll get more questions and more answers, and I think that's good for everybody. Now, what we want to start off with is some stories, and right away we want to hear from somebody in the community about insurance problems. It is my pleasure to introduce Marcia Bain, who works at a local university and is a small business owner and has a story to tell.
Shut up.
What state was she from? What does she work for? Come to New York! We get stories after the plane comes in.
Hello? Okay, you can hear me now. I might be little, but I have a big voice. And Better? Yes, better. I'll try not to move so much. Anyways, my name, as you heard, is Marcia Bain, and I work at a local university. I'm an off-campus coordinator and a faculty person, so I teach and help educate your kids, and maybe some of you. Make sure people get on the right path and understand some things. I also have been a chief operating officer, and I have a small business. I worked 14 years in healthcare prior to coming into the academics. I, as you can see, have a disability. I had healthcare coverage up until December, and I no longer do. Because working in the university, unless you're full-time, you don't get healthcare. And you cannot pay in to get it. So every day I wake up, and it's like playing a Russian roulette. Because each of you know, you get up, you don't know, somebody has an accident, you get hit, something happens to you, and people become like me, disabled. We talk in disability community, we say it's equal opportunity. Anybody in this room can snap their fingers and end up with a disability like myself. Now we tend in this country to think disability and illness equate one and the same. They're not. But because we have pre-existing conditions, I cannot afford to get health care.
Bring back Hill-Burton.
Pardon me?
Bring back FDR's Hill-Burton. Franklin Delano.
Well, it doesn't. The reality is that I don't fit the government specifications. I'm a working adult. Just like many of you. And indeed, do we really think, can any of you look me in the eye and say, I don't deserve health care? This is a moral issue. I have been blessed to travel out of the country in the past, and we are one of the only countries that do not provide for all of its people.
Yeah, shut down the
And if we do not pass this, are you willing, does it make more sense for someone like myself to quit my job and go on Social Security, and then you're paying for me anyways? So think about that. I have no health care.
Neither do I haven't for over 30 years.
And I think everyone, I am thrilled that so many of you are here and that you're willing to talk about the issues. But I challenge you to think about what you're listening to. Because so many people have talked to me about, I don't want socialized health care. It's a bad system. Medicare is a good system and it's helped our seniors. So again, I challenge you to look me in the face and tell me that you deserve it, or you deserve it, or you deserve it, and I don't. Because that's not right. Not in America. So I'm going to pass this on, but I really do, I trust that in your heart and in your conscience that you know this is the right thing to do. And that we will come up with a plan that works.
Thank you very much. And now I would like to introduce Linda Jones. And she will introduce Congressman Dingell, and then we can get going.
I've been in healthcare for 35 years, and as an RN, and as an owner of a medically certified home care agency, we see every day how fragmented our healthcare system is. And so I think tonight everybody needs to hear what this bill means from Congressman Dingell, but what also it doesn't mean, because I know I have been getting hit with tons of emails and propaganda, and I'm not sure that all those things are accurate in this bill, so I hope your questions get answered. But I know that I have spent my life in Congressman Dingell's district, and he has always been a huge healthcare.